The people I looked up to weren't upstanding citizens, and so I didn't feel any need to be either. In drugs, 16, fighting all the time. Took a gun and stood in the middle of the street. Got put on a gang list, just saw the lady panic and freak out. Just this misfit of a person. I was really in a dark place. And then it kind of hit me like, somebody thinks I'm significant.
Welcome to this edition of Lancaster Perspective. I'm Mike Miller. Thanks for tuning in today. My special guest, the Director of Business Services for Fairfield Developmental Disabilities, David Ohl.
Mike, what's going down, man?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Hey, I'm a lot. Living the dream, but
I'm
upright, taking
right.
nourishment.
That's
Right. I'm good.
Very good.
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Staying out of trouble?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been on here, I think.
I was going to say, and it's a good time to have you back. DD month's coming up.
That's right. March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. It is a nationwide thing, clear across the country. Organizations and agencies like ours find out ways to help do advocacy, to do some awareness activities, to help folks understand more about who we are, what we do, why it's important, and really to help folks understand in the community that everybody has personal genius. Everyone has something to offer. And when we help folks do that, when we enable folks to be productive members of the community, it turns out that the community is a better place to live, work, and play when everyone's involved. And that includes folks who we serve as well. They have desire and abilities to be involved in the community, and so we work every day to achieve our mission of bringing about a vibrant community where people lead fulfilling lives and make meaningful contributions. And so what a great thing it is to wake up every single day and have opportunity to try to do that and to affect the lives of folks who want to be involved in our community.
No, I know your background in religion and being an ordained minister. Is it easy for you to walk that? I mean, I know some people they talk about disabilities and it's okay. Yeah, those are different, but I mean, you seem so natural about it.
Well, I appreciate that, and for me, I'm confident that I was built to serve, and everything that I do really is to that end, whether it's one of the several boards and community organizations I'm a part of, or whether it's my full-time work here, whether it's pastoring the church, which I do in Rushville, or whether it's teaching.
And what's the name of the church in Rushville?
The Rushville Church of Christ and Christian Union, and I've been there, this is my 4th year there, and but no matter what it is, my background and my experience is really not-for-profit, but also have the advantage of having some business experience in there as well, which I think really impacts the way I look at a not-for-profit. We, more than not-for-profit, I think we probably ought to call them tax-exempt because, we in many of the organizations, we need to generate revenue in order to achieve the mission of that organization. And with Fairfield DD, it's the same. I really am built to serve. I really am here to help do exactly what we just said, to help bring about a vibrant community where people have opportunity to be an active part. And for us, we're local levy funded. A particular amount of our dollars come from local levy dollars, and we're appreciative to the taxpayers for continuing to support us. And what I'll tell you is that we take that charge very, very seriously. We work hard to maximize every federal and state dollar that we can before we begin to look at using those local dollars. And so we've been good stewards, and we continue to be because we value the trust that the taxpayers have put in us.
Now, you've been involved in business development at DD for some time now, but talk a little bit about some of the things that you're involved with. I know downtown, Art Clay. Talk a little bit about some of the businesses that you're involved with.
Yeah, well, my job in particular is our social purpose enterprises, which are Art and Clay and Square 7. We also have a greenhouse out behind OUL, and so we work on those, and those are for they have a dual purpose, right? They're business with a twist. That's what we like to call them, because while we do want them to be revenue generating, while we would like for them to, become self-sufficient, at the same time for us, that social purpose is real important, and for us it's training and employing folks who have developmental disabilities. And so, we really had, when this summer is our Art and Clay's 5-year anniversary.
Wow.
Since we took it over. And in that amount of time, we've had a number of interns who come through who have some opportunity to learn some transferable skills, a number of employees. And, frankly, we're an economic development tool in the community because we don't just employ folks with disabilities, but also folks without disabilities. And so we play a role in downtown revitalization. We play a role in economic development. We play a role in tourism as folks come from all over to come and paint and have the Art and Clay experience. And then, of course, we add in the Square 7 Coffee House, which is a full-service coffee house. And so for us, it's about providing those opportunities both to our individuals and to the community, because for us, we believe that we can only be as successful as our community is vibrant. And so we play a role in bringing about a vibrant community, and that's really where Art and Clay and Square 7 come in. And in fact, we're really excited about this, but I'll be going to Atlanta, Georgia to present at the National Main Street Conference in April. There'll be thousands of downtown economic development and revitalization experts and professionals there. And we submitted to their request for proposals. I really didn't think it was going to happen, but in fact it did. And so we'll be telling the Art and Clay story, and we'll be talking to these folks about how they ought to look at non-traditional partnerships in order to help revitalize their downtown, because the Art and Clay story really tracks with that. John announced, our superintendent, that he was going to purchase, that DD was going to purchase Art and Clay at the then Main Street Lancaster annual meeting some 6 years ago. And then from there, I came on board with Main Street Lancaster, and we were a part of the ribbon cuttings and a part of the initial things that happened at Art and Clay, and helped promote the activities and events they had going on there. While I was down there, they were one time named Business of the Year. And then when I came across and was recruited by John to join DD, it was for the purpose of helping run Art and Clay Square 7. We have a general manager, which that position's empty, by the way. So if folks are interested in applying, artandclayonmain.com, they can apply for our general manager position. And really, while we're interested in someone who understands retail and restaurant, got to be someone who understands our mission as well. And so the Art and Clay and Square 7 story really track as a partnership with the downtown development organization like Destination Downtown. So that's the story we're going to tell in Atlanta, Georgia. So we're really excited about it.
And when is that again, April?
That's in April. I'll be heading down there. And in the meantime, between now and then, as we talked, it's DD Awareness Month, and we have some 55 events, and a lot of them are things like this, where we're on TV or radio.
Now, is there a website people can go to look at this, to find out what the events are?
Well, our website is fairfielddd.com, and we have things that'll be happening at Art and Clay. We have things that'll be happening across our agency, and a lot of it's awareness things like this, where we might be in front of a group like at Rotary or Kiwanis, or we might be on TV or radio. But of course, the capstone for us, and the capstone for DD Awareness Month for us is our Celebration of Possibilities, which is March 26th. It's a Thursday evening, and this is our 7th annual Celebration of Possibilities. We're returning back where we belong, to the Crossroads Center here in Lancaster, and boy, I'll tell you what, it's a phenomenal event. So much
just the tickets at the door, people get them in advance?
Nah, they'll be sold out.
Okay.
Yeah, we sell over 400 tickets to the event. They're $25, and so folks can call 652-7220, 652-7220, or visit that website, fairfielddd.com, to get more information. But you'll want to reserve your tickets ahead of time, because we will sell out. And as a full dinner served, Table 1 will be catering for us. We're pretty excited to partner with JM. JM's a great partner. When we talk about some of these things we do, right, we could start and all day just develop and talk about these partnerships. But JM buys microgreens that we grow at the Opportunity Center, that our folks grow and tend and harvest and ship out. And so that's one of the things. And JM this year as well is very interested in a lot of the produce that we have at our 6,500 square foot garden that happens at the Opportunity Center as well. And so we're teaching folks responsibility, and we're teaching folks transferable skills.
The Opportunity Center is off Coon Path Road.
That's right.
So people know where it's at.
Out at Coon Path Road, and we also, if there are vegetables this year, we usually have a farmer's market Monday, Wednesday, Friday out there. So folks get an opportunity to help fill orders, learn some customer service, have opportunity to run register, make change, all transferable skills that they can take with them to the workplace when they're ready for community employment, when they're ready to step out and say, I'd like to work in the community. And so it's very, very cool. But so at Celebration, Jam will be catering. We had a little taste test of the menu. I can attest that it's phenomenal. So we're really excited about this. And then it's more than just an awards banquet. You know, so we will give out several awards that evening to folks who embody our mission and really help us achieve our mission throughout the year.
No, so everybody's clear about it. Is this a suit and tie event, or is this a casual dress?
You know, people come in all ways.
Okay.
I usually have something on like this. Some folks will roll in, and it's you know, by the time dinner's over, it's dark because it is a show. And so we'll give out several awards, and then we always have entertainment as well. And we have a lady this year, her name's Kathy Buckley, and she will be here to really talk about. She's an inspiration and motivational speaker, and she's a comedian. And so she has a phenomenal story. She happens to be deaf, and she has had some significant challenges in her life. And so she'll talk about that. And we always have that entertainment aspect. In the past, we've had Josh Blue, who's a well-known comedian across the nation. So Kathy's going to be there this year. We're excited about that. And, you know, and there's always some sort of finale. And we can't give it away. A couple years
Fireworks?
Well, we talked about fireworks. We did. I don't know how the Crossroads folks would have felt about that, but it's a little cost prohibitive because this event is a private event that's put on by friends of Fairfield DD, and so it's no public money. This is all private dollars that go into this. So we have sponsorships and folks who are very generous to help us make this event happen as a way to recognize folks in the community for their help in achieving our mission, as a way to raise awareness about the great things that we're doing, and more importantly, the great things that the individuals we serve are doing in our community. But then, a grand finale where I can't reveal anything. 2 years ago, I can tell you that a certain superintendent and I did the Blues Brothers.
A certain superintendent?
Yeah. And so Jake and Elwood made an appearance, and we covered Everybody Needs Somebody, and with a live band. It was pretty cool. It was pretty.
Wow.
It wasn't all that greatly done, but it was pretty funny, and was certainly a great hit. And now
I heard it was a huge hit.
There'll be something else this year, and everyone can rest in the fact that I'm not involved in the one this year, but there is some sort of finale. So I would and we were talking about this show and how you can go out on YouTube and watch it, right? Yep. The same is true for our shows. We have a number of shows, and our celebration of possibilities. You can go to our website, fairfielddd.com, click on the YouTube button, and go to our YouTube page. And I would look at the 5th annual celebration of possibilities, something from 2 years ago. And if you really want to see something, you can scroll close to about 3 minutes from the end, and you'll get quite an eyeful.
We will look at that.
Yeah, so but that's kind of capstone for DD awareness. And between John and a couple other of our staff members and I, we're really trying to get in front of just about every single group on every show, anything that we can do to help folks, understand a little bit more about what we're doing and where we're heading as an agency, where the state is heading as a DD delivery system, because there are some changes that are happening in the way that we provide
for
service.
the good, too.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, and we appreciate great folks like you, Mike, who serve on our business advisory committees and who volunteer to help us to continue to move forward, because we just can't keep doing things the way we always have. But as we talk about those things, there really are some great things happening, from Art and Clay Square 7 to the greenhouse to the things that are going on over at the Opportunity Center with the garden and the microgreens. And
now, when you talk about things are happening, is it, I guess, go talk to other counties and say, how are you doing this? How are you doing it? They come here and say, boy, you guys are really doing this really well. I mean,
I can tell you that.
Steal ideas?
Well, absolutely we do that. Absolutely we do that. Though we do have a really cool initiative that's happening right now. It's called Discover You. It happens at River Valley Mall. It's a partnership with River Valley Mall and a couple other agencies and organizations, including Project Search. And what happens is adults go for part of the day to the mall. We leased the old Social Security offices. And during part of the day, they're in some classroom work, learning some skills, some soft skills. But then we partner with, I don't know, 8 or so now businesses at the mall. And those businesses use our guys as interns. And so we pay them, the businesses has the opportunity to use, so they're learning some transferable skills in retail that then they can take as they go out into the workforce. And some of those folks get hired by those businesses, though there's no expectation of that. Some of them go on to work in other places, but they get those skills. And we had, of those who finished the program, October was a year, 100% placement in employment when it was finished. We won an award with distinction from our accrediting body this past year for it. And it's an example of how we do not believe there's anything else like this across the country. Project Search is usually involved with students who are in their last year of high school. For us, we branched out, partnered with them to do an adult version of it, and you know, when it was still Glimpshire, and I think there's been some transfer between properties and whatnot, but there was talk that they wanted to try to replicate this, you know, across the nation if it was something that was shown to be successful. So for them, on the filling up retail side and having tenants, it's been successful. For us, in achieving our mission, it's been successful. For the individuals we're serving who want to work in the community for varied reasons, right? They want to be a part of a team. They want to have something to do each day. They want to make a little money like you and me. It's been successful for them as well. And so we have had, since I've been here, this is my 3rd year at DD, at least half of the 88 counties come and check out something that we're doing here at Fairfield DD.
That's neat.
We are a statewide leader, and our superintendent sits on statewide committees that are making decisions about how services are going to be delivered into the future for those that we serve, and so we are a leader. Now we also go to some counties. I in particular, we went to Cuyahoga and checked out some of the stuff they were doing a year or two ago, and so we absolutely go to conferences. We absolutely steal ideas, but so does everyone else.
Greatest form of flattery.
That's absolutely right. So we're happy when those folks come along, and we've had private providers that aren't affiliated with the county board, as well as a number of county boards come to check out what we have going on, because you know it really is impressive. And the bottom line, we forget about it sometimes because we do it every day, but not every county board is like ours. Not every county board across Ohio has the same resources or the same vision or the same commitment that we have. So when folks see what we're doing, they get pretty excited.
One of the things that I was able to go to the Rickenbacker area as Employee Assistance Network group, went up with Linda McDonald, and was there for some other business, but was impressed with the DSW setup. That's right. And if you get a chance, talk a little bit about that. And I was impressed.
Sure. Yeah, DSW is cool. Again, almost like an internship project search type model. And so at DSW Warehouse, it's a partnership with them and several other agencies, including Franklin DD. So we send folks up, and for a period of weeks, I forget whether it's 6 or 8 week increments, but what they do is there are 3 rounds of that. So for let's say 8 weeks, they learn a particular thing. And then for 8 weeks, the next 8 weeks, they transition to a different thing, and then a third experience for those final 8 weeks. And you know, the goal is that they're learning some things in the logistics industry, because logistics is such a huge thing right now. So we got folks in retail and restaurant. We got folks learning in logistics. We got folks learning at Fairfield Medical Center in the traditional project search model with students who are in their final year of high school. And so we really are across industries here, because again, the goal is really to try to help folks get connected with employment in the community. And so the partnership with DSW has been phenomenal, and it really gives folks the opportunity to learn those transferable skills, and sometimes they'll get hired there. They can go on to other logistics operations then at that point.
I think the lady that was there that was talking is going on to Ariel maybe, or the Gap, one of those she's going on to.
And that's the thing. I mean, you know, it's just it's a great opportunity for some folks who haven't had those opportunities. It's a phenomenal learning experience.
When you talk with people, what bothers you when somebody says, well, they have a disability?
Sure. You know, for us, and our superintendent has said this, and it's interesting to think about, but don't we all? We all have some sort of disability,
Mm-hmm.
and so when we look at someone, we really want to try to tend to focus on their abilities, what they can do.
Right.
You know, there's lots of research out there that talks about, you know, should we focus on our strengths? You and I, as we progress through our career, we focus on our strengths or our weaknesses. Everyone says, oh, that's a weakness I want to work on. Well, you certainly want to be cognizant of your weaknesses, but don't you want to capitalize on your strengths as well? And so, you know, that's really what we try to do. We take people through a process called discovery that helps us understand who they are and what they want to be and where they might want to work and how they might want to be involved in the community. And as we go through that process, then we have an idea of, you know, this person really likes to work with animals. And so, you know, what opportunities are there, either socially or vocationally, that would allow them to do that? And so it's not really a guessing thing. It's really trying to get to know each individual that we serve on a personal level, and then going out and working to find opportunities for them. And so, you know, there is academic research that shows that when a business has a legitimate business need, there's considerable return on investment when they hire someone who has a disability. And so it's not just us saying it. There's external peer-reviewed academic research that shows this. Now, if you're business owner, Mike, and you say, oh, well, we should do it just because it's the right thing to do. We're just going to hire so-and-so. Well, guess who the first folks to go out the door are when times get tough, when the bottom falls out of the economy. But when there's a legitimate business need. I have something that needs to happen in my business, and, oh, you have someone who can do that? Fantastic. You know, the folks that we serve, as we said, they want to be a part of the community and part of the team, and they are a part of the community and a part of the team. But they have statistically much higher much lower absentee rates, much higher morale across the unit that they're working with, much higher productivity, and all those things are important for business. You know, if low turnover rates mean money saved in productivity, in training costs. I heard a statistic once in another field, and I think it's accurate. 33% of what you and I get paid is what it costs a business to replace us. So if we leave 33% of our salary in lost productivity, in training costs, and waiting for that person to get up to speed after a period of months to know what they're doing and learn everything, 33% of our salary is what it costs to replace. So when you look at that in the business sense, the folks that we serve who, once they get someplace that they really love and they are a part of that team, they're usually not going anywhere.
I think that's the number one thing I hear from businesses that I deal with is that the people with disabilities are on time. They're accountable. They don't have the. You're not worrying that, okay, are they going to show up today or they're not going to show up? That I think that speaks volumes. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about businesses.
Yeah, and for us too, we have a great employment arm at Fairfield DD called Job Fusion. And what Job Fusion is really a staffing agency. And the nice thing about it is, as they help you as a business find the right person. So you say, I have a job, and we say, well, we have someone who can do that job. And so, you know, would you be willing to take a look at them and potentially hire them? We're not asking you to hire them and create a position, but if you're hiring, boy, we got folks who are ready to work.
And when you look at it, it's about options.
That's right.
And businesses are always, I don't care if it's mom and pop to Microsoft, it's about options. What do you have for options?
That's right. And so, but the cool thing is that, so when a business says, all right, well, we need to hire, and they select someone who we provide service to, we come in and help train that person. And spend time with them there to help get them to a place where they can do the job the way the employer wants it done. And then they begin to fade into the background, the job trainers. But at any point that the individual or that the employer has a need for that job trainer to come back, they will immediately respond to that site and do so. And so we have that.
I've seen that in action.
That follow-along service. So we're not, and it doesn't matter whether they're a month or 10 years. We have folks who have been in their job for 8, 9, 10 years who still receive follow-along service when they need it. It's usually a month or every other month check-in. Hey, is everything going okay? And usually it is. And if for some reason you, in the general course of business, have said, you know, Johnny, you haven't been on time, as an example. You've been late the last couple of days. Is there something going on? What can I do to help you? You got to be to work on time. And you've had that conversation with Johnny for a couple of days now, and it's still not working. Well, then you're not out there on your own. we can call in a job trainer.
Sure.
Job trainer can respond, help get Johnny squared back away. And so that follow-along service really helps business feel comfortable when they have those kind of questions.
Exactly. Yeah. We time is flying by. We just got a few minutes left, and talking with David All, the Director of Business Services or Business Development for Fairfield DD. For April is March. March is DD month, and a lot of, again, websites, phone numbers, if people are interested in some of the things we've talked about.
Yeah, our agency website is fairfielddd.com, 3 Ds in the middle there, fairfielddd.com, and there's just a ton of information on there. You can find all of our newsletters, you can find things that are going on. And then when we talk about our social purpose enterprises like Art and Clay in Square 7, 150 West Main Street, all spelled out, 150 numbers, and then West Main Street, all spelled out, .com, or you can just go to artandclayonmain.com, and you can get to our websites there, and we do a number of things. You know, there's the Paint Your Own Pottery, there's Glass Fusion, there's certainly the full-service coffee bar. We're happy to host your meeting or event, whatever you have going on. Tons of birthday parties happen. We had my daughter's birthday party down there. Elsa came. It was a whole thing, 18 preschoolers with
Cake, ice cream.
Oh yeah, the whole 9 yards, and you can bring your stuff in, right? So while we're a restaurant and while we have you know, sandwiches and muffins and certainly the coffee, you're free to bring your stuff in. And
Mountain Dew?
Absolutely, yeah, we do have soda down there. And so you can check out artandclayonmain.com, fairfielddd.com, and you can call the agency at 652-7220 for all the information. My contact info is on those websites as well, and we're just always appreciative of the opportunity to come and talk about what we're doing and why it's important. You know, Fairfield DD currently serves over 1,100 individuals and their families here in Fairfield County.
Wow.
And so across the county. And then as we talked about, sometimes those services even end up crossing county lines. But it's a lot of folks. And it really is our goal and our mission to help each and every one of them live the kind of life that they want. Sure. It's all about what they want to do. So as we move forward with our mission, it's just it's a great thing to be a part of.
David, we appreciate you coming in today and give us an update of everything that's going on, and good luck in Atlanta.
No, thank you.
For the presentation, and that's a great thing. And,
yeah, very exciting.
Again, we just good to have you on. We'll have you back on and give us an update of some of the things going on.
Sounds great.
Stay out of trouble, all right?
I don't know if I can promise
that.
Hey,
do the best you can. Yeah? From the government, I'm here to help.
That's right. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Lancaster Perspective. I'm Mike Miller. And remember, until we meet again, let's make a difference.
Coming home can be hard if you're a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan. You may feel like you're all alone, but you're not alone. At IAVA.org, your fellow vets are all around you. Join our free online community, get the resources you need, and connect to other vets who know where you're coming from. IAVA.org. We've got your back.